Hello everyone and welcome back to Wratting Road. It's been a good 18 months now since I've filmed anything for YouTube, and there's a good reason for that. If you follow my Instagram pages or my Facebook pages, you'll know that in September time last year I announced that I'd be taking a break from the hobby completely. This was due to a substantial change in my personal life, which has led to me wanting to do different things for myself, pursue different hobbies. So as a result, the layout pretty much got neglected and forgotten about for around that year. And over the summer, I was just doing different things of myself, just improving my happiness and that. And in that time, my life has changed completely for the better. So now that summer's come to an end, I thought it'd be about time just to get back into the shed and continue the layout. And it's definitely good to be back. I put a post up on my Facebook page announcing that I'll be making a return. This was about a couple of weeks ago now, and it was very well received. Had a lot of nice comments and people welcoming me back, which was really nice to see after a year hiatus or whatever. So I thank everyone just for showing support again, even a year later. It really does mean a lot to me, and yeah, it is good to be back. So this video is going to be a quick layout update just to bring everyone up to speed. I didn't film anything for about 6 months leading up to me departing, so there'll be a little bit to get through. I've had to do some updating for myself as well, just to know where I'm at. So normally I just do little updates on the different areas of the layout, and I'll do those first, and then I'll just show all the new stock that I acquired since the last layout update video. So I've got a good 18 months worth to get through, but I'll try and keep it as short as I can because the running session before took up a lot of time already. So without further ado, I'm just going to get straight to it, and I hope you enjoy. So in terms of layout progress, the only thing I've really done is continued with some more scratch-built RMWeb equipment. And as you can see, I've made another structure. This is a Mark III portal. So I'd made one of these up rather than another headspan, just for a bit of variety. And also these are more robust, so will help with wire tensioning as well. The RMWeb is quite high on the priority list at the minute, so I will be building more RMWeb structures fairly soon. But yeah, in terms of layout progress, this is all that's really been achieved. Since I've come back in here, I've had a bit of a rethink on this area. So before there was a bridge that would cross roughly around here on the left hand side of the frame or whatever in view. Now I've took that up because I've decided that I just need to build the RMWeb structures really before I can really consider where the bridge is going to go. I have sort of done a bit of working out already, and I'm expecting the bridge to go around here, which will divide the bend up quite a lot nicely. So when you're looking at it from either side, it will look a lot more like realistic because the bridge will just divide the area up a little bit. But for now, the RMWeb structures will be getting priority in building. So before I get those in and then up to a stage, where I'm sort of coming onto this part of the layout, then that's when I'll get more of an idea. It's pretty much the same story up this part of the layout as well. So all I've done really is put this bridge template in just to cover up the scenic break, get an idea on how it would look with one there. But one thing I do want to do on the layout is readdress the signalling, make it more realistic. So this signal here will get taken out completely, and then I'll just patch up the ballasting. And then I'm also going to take out a signal on the other side of the layout as well, just so then the two main lines are controlled by one signal only. So the signal blocks will be a lot bigger. So then they'll obviously be more realistic. At the minute they're too small. And then this signal at the back is placed really badly, so I need to take that out anyway. But then what I'm going to do is replace that with some signals mounted on a signal gantry. So around here I'm going to either have one built or build one myself, and then I'm going to have some signalling just up the top here just to control this main line and also the reception road. That'll just be a lot more realistic then, and then I'm also going to have better placed signals that way as well. Because of the changes of the signalling, I'm going to have a rethink as well on some track detailing. I'm also going to be thinking about having some banner repeaters as well fitted onto the main line just for that added realism. But I need to have a bit more of a think yet at the signals, so that I won't do anything really until I know what I'm going to do with those. But I just thought I'd shed some light on some ideas on what to do. So on this side of the layout, this signal will get taken out completely, so then there'll be no signal there either. So then that line will be controlled by one signal. And then this signal by the tunnel will get taken out as well. And I'm thinking of replacing that for a absolute aspects 4-aspect signal. I really like the look of those signals, and whilst the Berco ones are okay and do the job, I just think the absolute aspect ones just look a lot nicer. They're a bit more pricey, but I just think I'll just try one out and just see what they're like. I've heard really good things about them, and I'll be looking forward to doing that as well. So yeah, the signalling will just be a lot more realistic in general, so that's one thing I'll be looking forward to doing. So starting off with the new additions now is 66083, which was a Bachmann model. I bought this from Squirrel Rail. He resprayed the gold band and also done the new logos as well, renumbering and the weathering. He done a really nice job on it as usual. I've mentioned him quite a few times on the channel now. I highly recommend him for weathering, respraying and things like that, and I'll probably will do a video dedicated to him in the future just so you can see the work he's done for me, because respraying is in high demand right now, and I'll shout his name from the rooftops. So yeah, I love this model. It runs really nicely. At the minute, this is running with the Dapol JNAs, which are also new to the layout as well, and they'll also run with the other intermodal services and also the stone trains as well, just like they do in real life. And then here's the Dapol JNAs. You saw these running around a fair amount in the running session. These were bought just before leaving the hobby last year when Dapol done another batch on them. I've got about 13 of them, I think it is. So I've got a nice size rake for the layout, not too big, not too small either, so they don't look silly. They're just in dire need of weathering at the minute. So once they've got all weathered up and everything, they'll get fully detailed with their loads. So I'm going to have it as an engineer's train. So some will receive ballast loads, scrap rail loads and things like that. And then once that's done, I'll look at getting a flashing tail lamp added to the rear wagon, which I've already detailed up. These are really lovely runners around the layout, and they're also closely coupled with some Hunt couplings as well. So normally I can't run closely coupled wagons, but with these I can. And yeah, they just look really great running round, and I'm really happy with these. And the second class 66 is 077, which I got from John over at Wratting Road. Me and him done a loco swap a couple of weeks ago, and he had this and another loco I wanted. So I swapped my Euro Phoenix Class 37 for this and the other model, which is what I'll show you in a moment. And since it's got here, it's been really good. Just done some maintenance on it and fitted a decoder, and it's ran quite well. Can't complain too much, and it's nice to have another EWS Class 66 now on the layout. And then here's some of the PGAs from Cavalex that I got. I got these around last year. Tim from the scrap line takes credit for the weathering. He done a spectacular job weathering them, particularly on the insides. They're all lovely and rusted up now, just how they should be. These run with some Bachmann JGAs, and one of them is fitted with a flashing tail lamp. And these run as an empty stone train just to preserve the weathering on the inside. I didn't really want to load these up. They're lovely wagons indeed, and probably my favourite ones I've got. They run really well, and I've never had any trouble with them. So if you haven't got any already, I really do suggest you get some. And these are the Bachmann JGAs that I managed to get as well. So I've got a trio of them, and I do want to get a few more. They are lovely wagons. I've just done a few mods to them and just brought them up to date a little bit. So they came in RMC livery, and so then the RMC logo was blanked off by painting it black. Some of the factory weathering was removed. They did come with factory weathering, and then just went to town a little bit on the detailing. So the axle boxes were painted red. Just the little bits and pieces were added here and there as well, just to bring them up to date. So this wagon is the dedicated rear wagon of the train, so it received its relevant details. So I fitted some hoses and also a coupling hook with some links on it, and then obviously the flashing tail lamp itself. The lamp is a DCC Concepts lamp, which looks really nice when it's flashing away. And then it's powered by a Illuminator Models board that has a built-in Stay Alive on it. Power is taken from the track, so I'll put some springs on the axles to take power from the wheels, and then that powers the board, and then that powers the lamp. The board is programmed to flash twice per second, so it's got the appropriate modern image flash rate, and as you can see, it does look really good. It's not something you often see on layouts really, and it's just a really nice detail that finishes off a wagon at the end. I'll be fitting more of them in the future on other wagons like my Dapple J&A set. And here we have two Bachmann Class 37s in DRS livery. One of them is 37409 Lord Hidson, and then the other one is 405, which is unnamed. 409 was bought last year, and 405 was the other loco involved in a loco swap with John at Harold Road. So two fine 37s joining the Wratting Road fleet. These will run alongside my other DRS 37s on the short sets and whatever else I run them with. Obviously due to get sound and fully detailed up as well. So yeah, another nice pair joining the fleet of 37s. Also bought a trio of Bachmann TTAs from Chris over at Mott's Lane, and nice trio of wagons to have. I like the detail on them. These will get rested up in the Freightliner depot for the most part. They were mostly seen in Ipswich at the sidings, so that's where they'll be most of the time. They'll get the odd lap round the layout just to give them a run, but if not, they'll get shunted around with the 08 once that gets sorted out. And last but not least is this Bachmann Class 170, which is in the One Anglia Railways livery with the rainbows on the sides. This is another recent purchase, which I got from Great Eastern Models in Norwich. So when I went up to visit John at Harold Road, I paid a visit to Great Eastern Models because I saw one of these was for sale. So I snatched it up after testing it on the test track, and it did run really well. So I brought it back. It's already been hardwired for DCC, and I'm currently waiting on a lighting upgrade from illuminated models. So yeah, it's already running around the layout nicely, and it really is a lovely model. So the plans for this are the usual gimmicks really. So I'll paint the interiors up, fit the passengers, but I probably won't add interior lighting because the middle car holds all the motor mechanism, which is visible through all the glazing. But yeah, it will still be a really nice model to watch go around the layout, and obviously being an Anglia livery, it's very much at home. So yeah, I'm very happy with this model. So I'm going to move on now to round up the video with future plans for the layout and everything. And one thing I've been doing with my Bachmann Class 66s is trialing a bar type coupling, so I can have a fully detailed front end while still being able to haul wagons around. So what I've done is I've fitted some brass rod to the models that have been bent up into a shape, and then they just act as the couplings, and then the tension locks just hook over them. This allows the ends of the models to be fully detailed at both ends, and obviously still pull trains around the layout. It's not the most appealing look, I know, but for me, I don't mind it, and I'd much rather have a fully detailed model pulling wagons around rather than leave it bone at the back. And yeah, I just didn't really like the look of the 66s in particular. I'm thinking of trialing this method on the Bachmann Class 90s as well, because then I could run them in both directions with the pantographs up rather than just stick to one end. So that's one thing I'll be doing. What I've been doing quite a lot on the Bachmann 66s is fitting the illuminated models lighting upgrade kits for them. So in this case, 66533 has the old Y-Pack style upgrade kit fitted to it. And I've also done the Bug Eye style on my model of 66614 Poppy as well. And just turn the brightness down so it looks a lot better. These are definitely worth doing to the Bachmann 66s. Makes the lighting a lot more accurate and a lot better. I've done this one so far, and then obviously the EWS 66s will follow suit because they match this lighting setup. But I'll be doing it across all the 66s on the board anyway. So yeah, that's another thing I'll be doing in the future. What I'm going to be focusing more on though is building the catenary and just getting that all finished or as far as I can. So I'm just going to make my way along here more, and then hopefully reach the point where the bridge will cross over the railway. So hopefully I'll get up to around this area, and then I can start looking at getting the bridge installed. But until then, the OH will get the priority over everything else. So that concludes the video for today. And again, it's good to be back in the hobby. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, the Class 66s have had enough now, and I'm sure you guys have as well. So I'm going to round the video up now, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, happy modelling, and stay safe. Bye.